can't do a call.
A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Richardson going right to the air. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Well, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so.
He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley Cox. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at this Colt defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move it.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. But the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20. Not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's got Pierce. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now. Second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Still going. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's Koo to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points. Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again. Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving him up previously. Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Naturally so, the defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down. So here's a 3rd and 14. 3rd and long for Richardson. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. On first down, Ritter. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone.
He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Here we go. First and 10, Taylor now. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And they will. Defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Touchdown, Colts! Mo Alley Cox with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Ritter now. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Fighting through, and he's got space. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. 1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now Richardson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
70 Rangers.
Richardson. And his throw here is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has. Percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Richardson to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
On the ball.
Back to throw, Ritter. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw it here. Ritter going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. Take it at the 37. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Ritter will set up to throw it. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain. Or make
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. They run once more with Taylor. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd down, it's Richardson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Try to punch it in with Taylor. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They run the option here on 1st and 10. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Richardson off the play fake.
Let's go.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it. And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Ritter to throw it. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Ritter back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
94 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Let's go now.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
Wow.
Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Isaiah McKenzie, 53 yards. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 10 now. It's Ritter. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Ritter with it after the play fake. Right back to Pitts again. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. 4th down, big play. Here's Ritter. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
Let's go, let's go.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On the set.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go. Set.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
On the set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Sets up the screen to Robinson. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ready.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Richardson to throw off play action. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Here's Ritter. And my goodness, another interception. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Richardson. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
This is fielded at the 27. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A great return there of 22 yards. And it will be Falcon football.
Here we go, set.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw, Ritter. A quick throw there is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Ready?
Going play action, Ritter. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Colts will take over here at their own 14-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on the job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for